It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. Today is Monday, November 24th. It's Thanksgiving week, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving week. So happy to have you guys here. So happy to have all of my dosers here on Thanksgiving week. Are you guys ready for the short week? Are we celebrating Thanksgiving? Are you celebrating at home? Are you celebrating on vacation? Are you cooking? Tell me what you're doing for Thanksgiving. I would love to hear from you guys. Are you hosting? Are you cooking? Are you eating? Are you a turkey fan? Are you a chicken fan? You know, I know some people don't like turkey. I normally host, and this week I am not hosting for the first time in years because we're celebrating with 21 people. So we are guests. We are not hosting. We are guests at a country club. My sister's country club. She's like, we've got 21 people. We're not doing that. But we're going to a big Friendsgiving tomorrow with like 40 friends. That includes all the kids and everything. So we're making vats of mac and cheese. Don't you worry. I see in the comments that Laura is taking cover for what? A tornado? What's going on? Moderator Laura is taking cover for a tornado? That's just devastating. I hope she's okay. All right, you guys, I'm going to get the show on the road. We've got lots of gossip. I think today's a Manic Monday, right? Today is a Manic Monday episode because we've got so many random gossip pieces. Like today is literally, it's like a grab bag of gossip. I'm excited about it. We'll talk about it all. I can't wait to get into it. Real random gossip, but it's going to be light and tight. It's going to be fun. It's going to be juicy, just like your Thanksgiving turkey, if you cook it right. Just another Manic Monday. Maddie's going to be calling 911 with her son-in-law in charge of the turkey. Uh-oh. We've all been there. I've actually had a deep fried turkey gone wrong one time, not in my house, but yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. Let's get into the show, you guys. It's your daily dose of Donna. Apparently, there's a hearing starting now in the Blake Lively case. All right, give me the Cliff Notes. Cliff Notes. I'm just like, okay. Let me know. Last time there was a live hearing that people could call into, it was a big old bag of bull. A big old bag of bullshit. That's how much I care about it. Listen, obviously I care. Obviously I'm staying up to date on like the big things that happen, but Clits Notes. Yeah, the Clits Notes. Give us the Clit Notes on it, okay? I need to, you guys know I try very hard to stay on top of the big news when it comes to that case, but I can't get into the minutia. I just can't. Although we did have some press, just a little bit of press here and there. So we will talk about some press that has popped up about Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively throughout. It's on my list of things that we are going to talk about because, yeah, don't worry. People are talking about them. Okay? People are talking about them. It's interesting. It's interesting how Ryan Reynolds' name just keeps popping up. No matter what, no matter how much, everything is like, it just always comes out. So don't worry, we'll continue to talk about him, even though we don't want to. Where can we start? Well, let's start with Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Beyoncé. Let me tell you, I'm going to put you guys on the screen so you can see each other's comments later. Jay-Z and Beyoncé, we have a problem. Oh, look, Jim is watching you live. Hey, Donna. Yeah, watching you live. Hi, Jim. Watch me live. Is that weird? Welcome to everyone watching me live. If it's your first time watching me live, let me know. That's the best. I like when someone's watching me live for the first time. You know, I will tell you, uh, Jay-Z and Beyoncé, I can't. Nope. It's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me, dog. I will tell you, we have a problem. The Diddy case is what turned me. I'm convinced. All of the stuff that we found out about Diddy and knowing that Jay-Z and and Diddy were so close, and you are who your friends are. Like, that if you guys found out that my best friend, just say like Molly Dare, and even more so than Molly Dare, because Molly and I just became friends in 2021 and we live across the country from each other. So let me like take you back. Go back to someone that my best friend Jamie, that I've known since high school. And we live in the same city and we've raised our kids together. Imagine if you found out that my best friend Jamie, sorry, Jamie, slandering you on my podcast. Okay. What if you found out that my friend Jamie was involved in some wild ass shite for years and years and years and years and years? You would immediately assume, hey, Donna's got to know about it. If she doesn't know about it, she's probably like involved in it in some way, something, right? There's something going on there. You are who your friends are in some weird capacity. Not always, but there is a connection. So I can't help it when I look at Jay-Z and when I look at Beyoncé now, I just feel differently. I just feel differently. And they showed up at the F1 Las Vegas Grand Prix over the weekend. Listen, they were turning heads. That's what the article says. They were turning heads. For the right reasons? I don't know. I wouldn't say so. Let's first look at Beyoncé. And there's going to be people out there that are going to say, oh my God, you just have issues. Okay. What's happening? What's happening here? I think everyone can agree that the outfit is wrong. Now, I understand F1, like you're trying to do something here. Look, I don't know what you do at F1. Okay. I've never gone to F1. I understand it's some sort of a racing situation in Vegas. I understand that this is something that you just like, that's the thing. They build race cars and they build tracks all over Vegas, and it's Formula One. It's racing. Like Lance is into it. He watches this stuff. What's happening? Was she racing, or is this something that you do? You go with a helmet? Like, why is she in a helmet? Is she cosplaying, or did she actually race? We need to find out. This is a Louis Vuitton racing suit. I think it's small. I don't think it fits her in the chest. Okay. That's with her helmet off. She's looking a little bit worse for wear. I'm not going to lie. It says the unzipped uniform included a bedazzled logo at the bust. I'm sorry. Where? Oh, under. Okay. Now, this is her and her crew. Jay-Z. We've got to talk about Jay-Z. This is what this man is truly scary. And I say this, there's a sinister situation going on here, right? He scares me. His face is scary to me. I'm not alone here, right? Something is going on. His face is not safe looking to me. He looks like he's ready to yell at me. I'm about to get yelled at. I got in the way. I'm just at home looking at page 6 and he's mad at me. He got mad at me. I was at home and he got mad at me. Micah says that's my boy Lewis. Oh, in the last picture. I'm imagining that's Lewis Hamilton, right? I'm just going to make this up. Lewis Hamilton? Is that Lewis Hamilton in the middle? Okay. Lewis Hamilton. Okay, it says at one point the hitmaker, 44, carried a black coat as the cameras captured her grand entrance at the event. Not to miss any details, the songstress was also pictured wearing a black helmet and other photos posing with a glittering white helmet covered in sponsor logos. Queen Bee was even spotted sitting inside a race car. So it's like a photo op, right? What's going on, you guys? It's the Diddy stuff, right? It turned. Wait, you this is going to sound bad, and I know I'm going to get judged for this comment right now, okay? Can we just do something really fast? There's Jay-Z and there's Whoopi Goldberg. And when I tell you, I looked at Jay-Z and I thought there was another picture of Jay-Z here. But I truly thought it was two Jay-Z's. I thought that was Jay-Z and I thought Jay-Z was down here. Don't tell me that they don't look the same in this little moment. Don't tell me that they don't have the same hair. Okay? Don't tell me you didn't get a little bit confused in the same. He has a Whoopi Goldberg vibe. Is this supposed to stand up in the back? Was that supposed to be there? The standing up one? Now, I'm just wondering. Okay? It is the same hairstylist. It says, fans in the comments thread were thrilled to see Queen Bee at the star-studded event. The rock stars entered the chat. The body, the fit, the everything. We love a concept queen. I've watched the video about 100 times. Okay. I don't know what it is, but I don't see them the same as I used to see them. And I am sorry for saying this out loud, but there is something about them that just there's something about it. Now, I said it on my stories yesterday and you guys agreed with me. So what is it? And I want you guys to tell me in the comments right now, what is it about the two of them that throws you? For me, it's that whole thing. Remember when the mom got involved? Remember when she didn't win Artist of the Year or whatever, the big event, the big award at the music awards, and the mom got involved and wrote the award, the Instagram. And then remember the sister got in the fight in the elevator with Jay-Z. And then remember the Diddy stuff. Something is sinister and off. Okay? Something is up. Something is up. I knew I was going to get a comment like this. What's wrong with his face? Saying him and Whoopi look the same is giving racist. Well, it's not supposed to be racist. It's the same hair. It's not racist. But they seriously have the same haircut. Okay? I'm really sorry to tell you that. And if you think that's racist, you could say that it's about two blonde people. Okay? JVN has the same haircut as Taylor Frankie Paul. They do. JVN and Taylor Frankie Paul have the same hair. Sorry. But I just don't love the vibes anymore. Okay, let's move on to another story that I think is quite interesting. And it's about, well, it's kind of breaking news. And this is another one that this kind of makes me feel a little bit sad right now. I look like Blake Lively, okay? I look like Blake Lively. There you go. I look like Blake Lively. Katie's really going at me, saying two black people look the same is different to two blondes. Why? Why? Okay, so let's go into Tara Reid. Tara Reid, this is breaking news. TMZ says Tara Reid was drugged. And this is kind of concerning, you guys. This is kind of concerning. Tara Reid was drugged at a hotel. What do you guys think about this story? She says she was drugged at a bar. If only, and I hate to pull up TMZ because you know our feelings about TMZ, but I just think that the story is a little bit more, it kind of makes me feel a little bit sad because Tara Reid does make me feel a little bit sad. What do you guys think? I'll show you the video in just a second. It says Tara Reid was outside of a hotel. She was out at a hotel outside of Chicago early Sunday morning when somebody slipped a drug in her drink and she was rendered unconscious. We obtained this video showing Tara splayed out on a stretcher as paramedics took her to a nearby hospital. Tara tells TMZ she checked into her room late Saturday and went downstairs for a cigarette and a drink. She says she went to a bar ordered a drink, and then made her way outside to smoke a cigarette. She tells us she ran into a bunch of YouTubers in the lobby, and one of them went outside with her to smoke. When she went back inside and returned to the bar, she says her drink was covered with a napkin. She says she didn't place the napkin there. She says she removed the napkin and drank from the glass. Tara says the next thing she remembers, she was in the hospital. Okay. She says her drink was covered with a napkin when she came back to the bar, but she didn't put the napkin there. So someone else put the napkin on top of her drink, and she believes that it was drugged. She has had problems in the past with substance abuse, which have been well chronicled by various media outlets. She insists on Sunday night she only had that one drink. The person who took the video tells TMZ at one point before paramedics arrived, Tara was screaming, "You don't know who I am. I am famous. I am an actress." She has not filed a police report. Oi, 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 oi. It's just not feeling good. Oi, what do you guys think? What are your guys thinking? Okay, first things first. If you guys are at a bar alone and you get up and go outside to have a smoke, never leave your drink alone, right? What would you do? What is the thing to do? I don't think I've ever been alone at a bar and gotten up to go smoke a cigarette and left my drink. I don't think I've ever done it when I've been alone. So what is the thing to do? Now, the second thing, and do you guys want to see the video? I kind of feel like it's a little bit exploitative, but maybe we should. It's up to you. You guys let me know. Secondly, finish the drink, or maybe give it to the bartender. Maybe that's the move. Uh File a police report. She hasn't filed a police report. That feels bad. Now, Tara Reid has had a very, very challenging few years. She kind of is known for having drug issues, right? Tara Reid is definitely not a straight and narrow type of person, is my vibe. That's my gut feeling. So this is coming from someone that is already having she's had a little bit of a challenging life. It's a little bit, the story is not going. Probably. It's not being told by the right person for the narrative, right? If this was being told by someone that is technically someone that doesn't have a history of drug addiction, etc. But I mean, it could be true. She technically could have been drugged. But why wouldn't you file a police report? That's the first thing you would do. She has video footage of her being taken away on a stretcher. The first thing you would do is file a police report. Also, I'm sure she got taken to the hospital. They probably did a blood report, blood test, and a pee test, et cetera, et cetera. That would be everything. Special case says, I hate that you can't bring your drink outside the bar in California. That actually makes the most sense, is you should be able to take your drink outside with you. Then you never have to leave it alone. But yeah, you kind of can't. It's very challenging. Yeah, women definitely have to think about it more than men, Josh. Men don't have to think about these things, really. I think I was drugged once. Did I ever tell you guys that story? I definitely believe that I was drugged. Enrique says, I hate how intrusive TMZ is with celebs in a very vulnerable stage, but they don't do it with the elites. I mean, TMZ definitely didn't film this, probably. It was probably just some random person that sent it to TMZ, but yeah, they're posting it. But this would be great for Tara to go after the person or to file a police report now having this video, but she can't. But she hasn't filed the police report. You always need to file a police report if you actually want to. The time I believe that I was drugged, oh, it was so crazy, you guys. I was with Lance. I was with my husband. My husband drugged me. I just figured it out. Just kidding. I was with my husband. It was just a few months ago, like a year ago, a little over a year ago, maybe. We went on a Saturday night. We went to I'm not sure if I was drugged. I just don't know exactly what else it could be. Something happened. So we went to a local restaurant and I'm trying to remember exactly what we drank and ate. I got one margarita and a little bit of food. just like light apps. Then we went to another restaurant across the street and had one glass. I think I had one glass of wine. So that's like not that much to drink for me at all with dinner. We run into other people that I kind of peripherally know. I introduce them to Lance. We're hanging out with them. And then we go with them to another restaurant that's down the street. We know the owners. We go to the other restaurant, and with them, they take us into like a private wine tasting room because we know the owners. And I have not had anything else to drink at this point, just one margarita and one glass of wine. This for me would be like very okay. Like I'd have a little buzz. I was literally not capable of standing. I had to grab onto my husband and I was like falling over. He's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I'm not." And I remember taking a sip of the wine in the wine tasting room and like not okay, falling over. I was like, "We have to go home." And when I got home, I started to get like violently ill. And my body obviously was like rejecting whatever was in me. But I didn't feel like the food because I shared food with Lance and he didn't get ill at all. So I think that was that. But I remember it, but I was just like, it's almost as if I drank 2 drinks, but it felt like I drank 40, something like that. So I don't know. It felt like that. But like, why? Who would have done it? I was with Lance. I don't know. Anyway, that's my story. Now, this is a perfect time to bring up a um an ad, right? This is a great time to bring up a healthy ad, and that's Prolon. Okay. Because if you've been on, let's talk about the fact that this week is all about Thanksgiving and all about eating and all about indulging. And I know a lot of us are going to be eating a lot. This is not the week to be cutting calories or cutting food. I want you guys to overindulge this week. I want you guys to be drinking that extra glass of wine. I want you guys to be drinking and eating the pies. I'm going to be eating and drinking everything I see. Okay? Show me something to eat, I'm drinking it or drinking and eating. But I will not be leaving my drink anywhere. Okay? I will not be drinking, leaving and eat. Oh, you guys are saying something that's scaring me, okay? You're telling me that do not trust bartenders because bartenders roofie people too. That's actually very scary. Okay, back to my ad. Back to my ad. Drink at home. Eat at home. Do everything with just friends and family. Okay, that's the how to wrap that up. But because you're going to be eating and drinking so much this week, I know that you're going to be wanting to maybe feel a little bit more trim in the next few weeks up until, the next round of holidays. And then, of course, we're going to be into January. And you may have seen some results if you have been on a GLP for weight loss, but then you come off the medication, or if you're eating a lot and then you want to start to kind of like lose some weight. Prolon's 5-day fasting mimicking diet offers a drug-free way. A lot of people are a little bit hesitant to go on GLP-1s or take any drugs to keep the weight off while protecting muscle and supporting fat loss. In just 5 days, Prolon activates the same fat burning and cellular rejuvenation benefits triggered by fasting, all without giving up real food, helping you maintain your hard-earned progress. Prolon is plant-based nutrition program. It features soup, snacks, and beverages designed to nourish the body while keeping it in a fasting state, triggering cellular rejuvenation and renewal. Developed over more than 2 decades at USC's Longevity Institute and backed by top U.S. medical centers, Prolon has been shown to support fat-focused weight loss, biological age reduction, metabolic health, skin appearance, and more. Prolon picks up where GLP-1 leaves off. It's convenient, backed by Nobel-winning science, and when it comes to sustaining your results, it works. For a limited time, Prolon is offering listeners 15% off site-wide. That's huge. Plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe to their 5-day program. So think about it, just 5 days between Thanksgiving and Hanukkah or Christmas. And then you can get snatched. Visit prolonlife.com/daily dose. That's PROLONLIFE.com/daily dose to claim your 15% discount and your bonus gift. prolonlife.com/daily dose. Thanks, Prolon. Okay. Our next story is going to be about little man Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Just a couple stories that are popping up. These are crazy. Okay, these stories are crazy. Number one, over the weekend, a story popped up about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' only friend. Literally, it's the funniest thing. It's like his only friend, their only friend that spoke out about the Justin Baldoni legal battle that says, I feel for them. I feel for them. Humphrey Kerr, their one friend that is speaking out about them. I mean, this is so funny. Who is this random friend? Humphrey Kerr is speaking out about them. Now, who is Humphrey, you wonder? Well, he's a British actor. He's also an executive on their soccer team, Wrexham. He's been featured on the FX docuseries Welcome to Wrexham, and he briefly spoke about them on an interview with The Telegraph. That had nothing to do with this, but of course he got asked about it. He said, Ryan and Blake have obviously been slightly through the ringer. Should I do a number? Ryan and Blake have obviously been slightly through the ringer over the last 18 months with all of that business, and I'm still going through that in some ways. It waxes and wanes in the public interest, but things still continue to rumble on in the background. I think what they love about coming to Wrexham is that no one there gives two shits about their celebrity. What they care about is whether he'll buy them a new center back. It's an escape. But yeah, I feel for them. This is Humphrey in the middle, this dude right here, this guy who basically has a job because of Ryan and Rob Mack. So, of course, he's going to come out and support Ryan and, say anything. That doesn't surprise me at all. And, he's not the only one that supports him. Of course, Rob Mack supports him too. So isn't that interesting that he's supporting him? Okay, sure. Sure, Jan. That was one piece of news that came out in support of Ryan and Blake. Another piece of news that came out, Ryan Reynolds explains why he welcomes dissent on his film sets. He says today, I am screwed if people start agreeing with me. Well, isn't this a twist? Isn't this a twist? I didn't think that was how you really felt. It says the Deadpool actor got candid during a discussion at the Wall Street Journal's CMO Council Summit. Ryan Reynolds discussed his leadership style at the Wall Street Council CMO Council Summit on November 18th. This is a week ago. He said he's screwed if people start agreeing with him. He wants to be a different kind of boss. Curating a professional environment that welcomes dissent is the key to his success. Isn't this an interesting talking point? All of a sudden now he welcomes dissent, he says. I'm screwed if people start agreeing with me because I'm the boss or something. It says he leads several businesses, including Aviation Gin, Mint Mobile, Maximum Effort. He's also explored Hollywood leadership, written, produced, and starred in Deadpool and Wolverine. It says he gave insight about early career trepidations he experienced, which then informed his leadership style. He began by telling the person that was interviewing him that Green Lantern is a favorite of his son, Olin. He said he watches it every fucking day. Of course, he has to throw in the word fucking when he talks about his son. He says, do you understand the work I've had to get to the place where I can just pass by that screen and not go, well, we could have ... Although Reynolds was hardly new to the game by the early 2010s, with previous leading roles in Definitely Maybe and The Proposal, he wasn't yet an industry veteran. At that point, Reynolds said he was in a yes, sir, no, sir, how high can I jump, sir stage of life. The Golden Globe nominee recalled having strong opinions on set as a younger actor and not wanting to voice creative disagreements. Ultimately, he changed his tune once he reevaluated the weight of his professional responsibility. They don't say this producer's movie flopped or this director's. That's me. So if I'm going to be on that headline, I'd like to be the architect of my own demise or success. Now, having starred in the multi-billion-dollar Deadpool franchise and made global investments, Reynolds sits at a different vantage point. Despite his more senior roles, he still tries to read the room. He says he will take control of what he's sure of, but still pitch jokes and lines and be open to feedback. I say, here's the shitty version. And I'm saying that because I want dissent. He shared, noting that ingenuous agreement makes him feel ill. By acknowledging his own room for improvement, Reynolds says, it creates that wonderful conversation. Yes, Mr. Reynolds, it is shit. But what if we added this and that and this and that and this and that? Next thing you know, we're exploring some incredibly fun, sparkly ideas. Sparkly, that it gets to be executed. Sorry. No stranger to the public eye, Reynolds knows how he's perceived after decades of success. He said he's not in a place where he can whine or even be in pain, but he has a bone to pick with working in the entertainment industry. Reynolds describes seeing perception of his career through the lens of a parent, with his children only seeing him as a winner. That's the thing I worry about most of this ecosystem you're talking about here. When I go outside, I get pats on the back and it's a selfie parade and I oblige everyone pretty much. And my kids only see that. So I've learned lately to make sure I talk about the failures and that how that is literally the base and the ingredient for everything else. Oh, sweet. Sweet. Interesting, right? Interesting. It's an interesting headline. I welcome dissent in the workplace. Do you, though? Do you? And then the final little piece of news is how. Oh no, that was it. Oh no, this is the final piece of news. This is really a strange article. Wicked fans can't stop comparing Jonathan Bailey, that's Fiyero from Wicked, to Ryan Reynolds after For Good final scene. The resemblance is uncanny. It says we need to open an investigation, one ex-user jests online. Did anyone see that? I haven't seen that. You guys see that? Let me make it bigger. Oh, are they going to make me pay for this article? That's insane. Let me find a free one. That's crazy. Does he look like him in it? Oh my God, this is the best. Oh my God, I don't know what in the world this article says yet, but this is the best headline I've ever seen. It says Jonathan Bailey says he looks like a big wheat penis in Wicked For Good, but fans can't stop talking about how he looks like Ryan Reynolds. That is the best headline I've ever seen. Oh my God. Jonathan Bailey says he looks like a big wheat penis in Wicked For Good. That is so funny. Oh my God. Hilarious. Oh my God. Okay. I don't think there's any denying the makeup in Wicked and the For Good sequel is both intensive and intriguing. However, by the way, there are spoilers in this moment. Okay. There are spoilers in this moment. So please know that. I don't think there's any denying the makeup in Wicked and the For Good sequel is both intensive and intriguing. However, if you were to ask our new sexiest man alive, Jonathan Bailey, about the effect that makeup and prosthetics had on him for Wicked For Good, his slightly NSFW answer is decidedly not so sexy. He's not the only one with a hot take on Fiero's journey in the brand new 2025 movie release either. Jonathan Bailey's response to the Scarecrow's look. He says, okay, you know how like it says, okay, you know, like 2 sentences ago when I mentioned Jonathan Bailey had a slightly NSFW answer about Fiero's journey from real boy to, and spoilers, the infamous Scarecrow from Oz. That was a lie. He had a notably NSFW answer about the entire ordeal, telling Entertainment Weekly that when he wasn't fully in costume yet, the whole thing was a nightmarish adventure. Without the straw hair, I just look like a big wheat penis. That's hilarious. It says, well, now I can never unsee that wicked for good imagery. It sounds like big wheat penis was the best they could do too, as he went through an intense amount of work before the movie got the whole look right. The end result is certainly memorable in Bailey's estimation, particularly when the straw was in place. However, it sounds like the whole thing was rather uncomfortable on set. Okay. It says the internet has a different take on what Bailey looks like with the makeup. It says that a slew of funny internet posts compared Bailey's scarecrow to Ryan Reynolds. Wow, I have not seen these comparisons. Let me try to find it. A lot of people are saying, oh my God, I thought I was the only one that thought he looked like him. Please tell me I'm not the only one. So this is Deadpool. And everyone thought he looked like Fierro. Let's look at pictures of it. Look. Fierro Scarecrow. I'm going to pull it up, you guys. I hope you're okay with spoilers. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Okay, that's Ryan Reynolds. Scarecrow Fierro is Ryan Reynolds. The current sexiest man alive has now turned into a former sexiest man alive. You can't tell me that's not Ryan Reynolds. Okay, that's Ryan Reynolds.
Listen,
Scarecrow
I can see
Fierro
it.
is Ryan Reynolds.
I can definitely see it.
The current sexiest man alive.
I didn't think it when I was there. Like when I was watching the movie, I didn't feel it at all. But I can see it. But I like calling Ryan Reynolds our newest wheat penis. So can we just change Ryan Reynolds' name to wheat penis? Right? That's Ryan Reynolds' new name is wheat penis. Ryan Reynolds is wheat penis. That's the best idea, right? Ryan Reynolds is wheat penis. I love it. Okay, now let's move on to our next story. Rachel Zoe. Oh, and by the way, I did hear a little bit of Zach's rant about Wicked. I watched like 5 seconds of it. Here's my thought about Wicked. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to do a whole spoiler about the whole movie. I'm not going to give you my whole Wicked review, but I will just say like a little portion of it. The best part about Wicked for me was, of course, the For Good song. You can't listen to that song without wanting to cry. I thought it was beautiful. That song is amazing. I know Wicked like the back of my hand. I've watched it on stage. I love it. There's no question that the first one is going to be better than the second one. You feel the way in the movie, in the play too. The first half is 10 times better than the second half anyway, always for Wicked. It wasn't that good, you guys. I just don't think it was that good. There's no the first one is so colorful and so freaking alive. And the second one is just kind of, it just doesn't have that same magic. It doesn't have that same appeal. It's much darker. It's much more heavy. It's much more dramatic. Lance slept for 75% of the movie, and that could have been because of the cocktails we had at dinner before the movie. I had a great martini, by the way, at Cheesecake Factory. I never knew that Cheesecake Factory was the dirty martini. They have blue cheese olives, okay? Great martini. I had a great movie theater experience because we were in like a reclining seat where they had a tray, like the whole thing. That was the best part of the candy was great. The movie itself wasn't great. Sorry. That's just my feeling, okay? It's just my feeling. Did not. And Nessa, bye. Bye, Nessa. I could go into more detail, but I won't because if you watch Zach, like it's just, but Ariana Grande just nails it for me. And Elphaba, look, I could have my feelings about Elphaba, but like Cynthia Erivo is so fucking talented. She's so unreal, amazing. The talent in that movie is by far amazing. But Jonathan Bailey is a throwaway character. Bach. It's really just about Cynthia and Ariana. That's all, right? Okay. Anyway, let's move on. Rachel Zoe. Are you guys interested in the Rachel Zoe story? Rachel Zoe finally opens up. I was so interested in the Rachel Zoe and Rodger Berman separation when it first happened because I was a huge Rachel Zoe fan watching her Rachel Zoe project years ago on Bravo. And of course, she's going to be on Real Houses of Beverly Hills. And they finally are, they finally filed for divorce, but he was dating another girl, which was shocking to me. I think a lot of people are shocked by this because I think a lot of people thought he was secretly like it was a little bit of a Ryan Reynolds lavender marriage situation. Did anyone else feel that? I'm saying it out loud, but I think we all kind of felt it. Just like Ryan Seacrest. Can I take a little bit of a venting moment? Can we do a left turn? Can we do a left turn? I saw a video about Ryan Reynolds. I mean, no, Ryan Seacrest. I saw a Ryan Seacrest video pop up on my For You page yesterday. And listen, I don't watch Wheel of Fortune. I'm not listening to Kiss FM. I saw a Ryan Seacrest video that I sent to my friends that I spent New Year's Eve with a long time ago. And we watched Ryan Seacrest so many years ago. We said, oh my God, Ryan Seacrest is everywhere all the time. And I was like, I haven't seen Ryan Seacrest in so long that I sent this video to them. And I said, you guys, what is going on with Ryan Seacrest? He looks AI. We need to talk about Ryan Seacrest. What's going on with Ryan? Check this out. When was the last time you actually watched Ryan?
7, 8,
That
9,
could be Zach Peter with blonde hair.
10. Perfect.
Yeah, I get white people confused too. What's going on with Ryan Reynolds? I mean, they're all the same. See? They're all the same. What's going on with Ryan Seacrest? We need a deep dive. He probably is one of the richest people in Hollywood. He works more than anyone. He's the guy that doesn't say no to anything. He is constantly working. It's crazy. Okay. So he does look AI though. Anyway, Rachel Zoe. Let's get into it. So Rachel Zoe reveals who asked for a divorce. She finally has revealed. She made it clear that it was her. She decided that she wanted to end the union after starting their romance. She made the decision to leave her marriage. She said, okay, next. She told people. It was her who made the decision to move on, but she did not say what made her want to stop being Mrs. Berman. She's going to talk more about it on the show. And when Bravo comes back, when Real Housewives of Beverly Hills comes back. And I will tell you, I believe that this is going to be spun, that it's her decision. But I have heard from many people that actually Rodger Berman, and this was them when they were together, I believe, from what I've heard, and I could be wrong here, that he actually cheated on her and he was having an affair. Okay? Now, the subject of divorce came up in their People magazine article when she was asked about it, and she said 30% of the women in my life are going through a separation and a divorce, and people are talking about it. They've been together. They were together since 1991. They were together for so long. I mean, look at them when they first started dating. They were babies, and they were together. But the second that she revealed, they released that public statement in July of this year. He was in like Tahoe or something, or someone, I got a DM from someone, a doser saying, I saw him with another girl in Tahoe or in Aspen or something. I think he was dating other girls. And then she finally said, I want a divorce. It makes me sad, but I do believe, I don't want to judge her or him, but I do believe that she was married to her career. But she seems like a really good mom. I can't wait to get to know more about them during the show. I'm very, very excited to watch her on Beverly Hills. Now, I want to show you guys something that just popped up on the side of Daily Mail because this is going back to Blake Lively and crazy PR. You guys ready for this article that just popped up on the right? You guys are going to die. This is so ridiculous. Look at this article that just popped up here. Now I have to find it again. Hold on. Where is it? It's so stupid. I can't believe this just like popped up on the side. Hold on. Where is it? It's about Thanksgiving and Blake Lively. Hold on. The fact that this is even an article is so insane. Oh, this is interesting. This is an interesting about intimacy coordinators. Let me pull that up for maybe I can talk about it in a second. Hold on, hold on. Did it go away? No, it's got to be here. Hold on. This is a Blake Lively article. There's so many Blake Lively articles today. Interesting, right? Oh, here it is. Okay, here we go. She looks like Lily Bloom. Blake Lively stocks up for Thanksgiving with her Trader Joe's favorites spilling out. Look at Blake Lively trying her hardest to be Mama of the Year. Blake Lively stepped out for a rare public outing in Westport, Connecticut ahead of her holidays. She was, okay, while browsing the aisles, the Gossip Girl star, she's Gossip Girl star, looked cozy in a chunky taupe knit cardigan, distressed patchwork jeans, a white beanie, and tan Ugg boots. Among the items were chili and lime flavored rolled corn tortilla chips, which, by the way, my kids love those. Trader Joe's organic popcorn with olive oil. My kids love those. Super sour Scandinavian swimmers. My kids actually love those too. Why is she shopping for my house? And fresh pomegranate seeds. Okay, this is not Thanksgiving shopping. This is just like a normal week. Sorry. This is a rare sighting of Lively, who has largely stayed out of the public eye as her increasingly tense legal dispute with Baldoni continues behind the scenes. Wait, those are really horrendous jeans. I mean, I'm just being honest. Do you think she does her own Trader Joe shopping, or is this a setup? Like, look, stars are just like us. Do you think that she's going to Trader Joe's on a normal basis? I'm dying to know. What would you guys do if you were at Trader Joe's and you ran into Blake Lively? What would you do? What would you say? Would you be like, oh, I love those peanut butter cups. Those are so good. I would be so interested. I would be like, did you sample that cheese? Isn't it so good? She looks like Lily Bloom in real life. Like she's dressed like she's cosplaying as Lily Bloom. Yeah, I'd be like, do they have hair care products here? I didn't know. All right, let's move on. Our next story is brought to you by Honey Love. Honey Love. You guys, we haven't talked about Honey Love in a long time. Holiday outfits start with the right foundation. Honey Love bras and shapewear give you comfort and confidence, whether you're in sparkles at a holiday party or in cozy sweaters with family. Don't spend the season tugging at uncomfortable bras or shapewear that rolls down. Honey Love moves with you so you can enjoy the moment. The new Cloud Embrace bra is the perfect treat yourself gift. It's a modern wireless t-shirt bra with sturdy, lightly padded foam cups that feel like a cloud against your skin. It's a wireless bra for people who love underwire. It's sold out in days, so don't wait. This is a present to put under the tree or in your own stocking. You can gift Honey Love to yourself or someone you love because nothing says holiday spirit like support, comfort, and confidence. Undie bundles also make the perfect stocking stuffer. They're great for travel days too. Wireless support that feels light as a cloud but still holds everything in place. Perfect for those long holiday flights or road trips. Honey Love is an independent female-founded brand. All Honey Love products are intelligently designed by women who actually wear them, including founder Betsy, who's highly involved in the development of each product. Treat yourself or someone you love to Honey Love this holiday season right now, and you can save 20% at honeylove.com/dailydose. Just use our exclusive link, honeylove.com/dailydose, to grab your discount. After you order, they're going to ask where you heard about Honey Love, so please support our show and let them know we sent you. Celebrate the season feeling confident and comfortable with Honey Love. Thanks, Honey Love. All right. Our next story is about, this is a Tori Spelling story about her debt. I just can't handle the Tori Spelling debt stories. When will we ever get to a place where Tori Spelling's not in debt is my question. When Tori Spelling is finally not in debt, that is when I'm going to finally feel like we can move on in life. Look, Candy, this is my plead to Candy Spelling out there. Thanks, Christina. This is my pleading to you. Candy, you can't take your money with you. Help your daughter out. I get it. She's made some mistakes. She married Dean McDermott. She's cheated on her husbands. She's had 46 kids and 17 pigs. Help your daughter out and pay off her debt, okay? I understand. You can't teach her lessons unless you do. Help her. Do something so that I know it's not her job. It's not her job to pay off her kids' debt. But she needs to, this is out of control. Let's get into the story, okay? Tori and her ex-husband, Dean, have been hit with a bill for, I want you guys to guess. How much do you think? How much debt do you think that Tori and Dean are in? Tax debt. I'll wait. It's so out of control. $1.3 million. Billy is the closest, okay? Billy said 1.5 million. She gets the prize, okay? You can go spin the wheel on this episode of Price is Right. $1.3 million in debt. Now you understand that they're not bringing in the money, and they have 46 kids that they have to raise, and she has to pay rent, and she has to still, pay all those storage units. Remember the storage units that she has? She's spending money like crazy. It's actually more than 1.2 million, because apparently it says that they owe $1.2 million to the IRS and $500,000 to the California Franchise Tax Board. Okay? Each will be responsible for at least $600,000 for the federal tax debt, and the state tax bill will be split evenly. So now they'll each be $850,000 they'll each owe. They also owe $37,000. 37 is my lucky number, so I'll give them that, to American Express. And they have a 6-figure loan more than a decade ago that has grown to $400,000 to City National Bank. So they're borrowing money from one to another. They also owe, it's not over, okay? They also owe $288,000 to a private individual, okay? $69,000 to another unnamed individual, and $10,228, of course, in uninsured medical costs. Dean also owes $22,000 from a student loan and a further $20,000 in other uninsured medical bills. The financial disclosures accompany earlier filings detailing the pair's respective incomes. In an income and expense declaration filed on September 5th and obtained by Page 6, Dean claimed Tori's monthly earnings fluctuate between $3,000 and $75,000, depending on the job, per month. He stated his income stands at $3,800 per month, explaining his earnings fell sharply over the past year due to the SAG-AFTRA strikes and a change in the industry. I'm sorry. I don't think Dean McDermott is like a working actor. I don't think that he should be really relying on the SAG-AFTRA strikes as like an issue for his work. This is like devastating, actually. This gives me major anxiety, you guys. Major anxiety. I don't know about you, but money is a source, or it used to be a source, a massive source of money, of anxiety for me. I have a book. I think I gave it to Lance that saved that healed my money anxiety. Did I tell you guys about this yet? Did I give it? I gave it to Lance because I used to have such money anxiety. I grew up with major money anxiety. And this would off me. Like I wouldn't know how to function if this was my life. I wouldn't know how to function if I was $50,000 in debt to the IRS. Like I wouldn't know how to function. So I get being in debt. Like I have moments where I'm in debt with credit cards and stuff, during high times, like when you have lots of stuff going on, when you have like a very expensive season. Like I've been there. But when this incurs and you're in this position, you can't get out. You're in like a sinking hole. It's so stressful. It's so stressful. The book, I'm going to find the name of the book. It's written by a comedian, actually. It's really, really good. I want to find it for you guys so badly right now, but if I can't, I don't want to not have the right name. I promise you I will remember it and I'll come back with you guys because it is a truly amazing book that it healed it for me. And I gave it to Lance because he went through it too. And I really do believe that there's like a healing thing for this, but you have to look at money in a different way. It doesn't fix your money issues, but this would give me massive anxiety. I am a granddaughter of a Holocaust survivor, and many Holocaust survivors. Like my grandparents were in Auschwitz, right? I think I have 4 Holocaust surviving grandparents. I had 6 grandparents, but 4 of them were Holocaust survived. 4 of them were Auschwitz. And my grandfather, my mom's father, he went to Montreal. And when he came to, and that's where he's kind of started his business. And then when he came to America, he really came with nothing. He started a little art gallery. That's kind of how he started. He had 1 painting and then he sold it and bought another painting and he sold it. And he started to build an art gallery and he had nothing when he started. And he built it all the same, right? He started and built it all up. I truly believe that he was incredibly paranoid about money because he came from nothing and he was very, very anxious and scared about money. So I grew up very scared about money because of him. Like when I was a very young kid, I would sit with him and help him balance his checkbook. That's how he taught me money. Like he owned an apartment building and he would help me with his like big checkbook. I would write checks with him. And so I grew up very, very scared of money, which was a blessing and a curse. I grew up learning about that. The point is that being scared and being anxious about money and having that anxiety is good, but it's also bad because you shouldn't be scared of money. You shouldn't have anxiety around money, but you should also be very wary of money and be very aware of your money. And I don't think anyone taught Tori, specifically Tori, about money because she was raised in that house, is my guess. That's my guess. Okay, I want to talk about this because I keep getting comments like this about what I talked about with Jay-Z and Whoopi earlier. And I'm I want to be very clear. What I said about Jay-Z and Whoopi had nothing to do with the color. Okay, obviously they're both Black. Their hair looks exactly the same right now. Donna, we don't all look alike. I do not think all Black people look alike. That's wild. But if you look at Jay-Z's hair right now, he has the same haircut as Whoopi. Come on, guys. Let's please not create a big like racism byline here, okay? I love you guys. Please. I hope you know that I do not think all Black people look alike. Please. And I am sorry if that hurt anyone's feelings. And I'm really sorry if you took it the wrong way or if I said something to hurt your feelings. Okay? I just thought it was really funny because it was on the same page and I thought it was a picture of Jay-Z. And then I was like, oh, it's Whoopi. It was a moment in time. It was not a planned joke. Okay? Okay, anyway. Back to the story. I just don't think Tori was taught money skills at all. And she was never taught how to save money. And I don't know what Dean's issue is. I have no idea. Dean did not come into that family in any way as a story at all, like as a caretaker of that. Because clearly he came in there and just continued to spend her money. Like, what kind of a man, what kind of a husband comes in there and continues to make debt? Sorry, crazy. My biggest gay says I hate gay people. I do. I love a gay man and a gay woman. Okay, I love them all. Anyway, so this would give me a massive, massive anxiety. And I don't know how you get out of it. I just don't know. Because every single dollar they make is going to have to go to this. And then it just incurs so much interest. Stresses me out. Okay. Did you guys hear this story? I think this is kind of a weird story, but let's talk about it. It's kind of an uncomfortable story, but it's about Kevin Spacey. What do you guys think about Kevin Spacey these days? Obviously, Kevin Spacey had this crazy cancellation because he was accused of being a complete molester, right? I mean, it's actually so depressing because House of Cards was my favorite show. Did anyone else used to watch House of Cards before it went bad? Okay. House of Cards was so, so, so good. That was my favorite show until these accusations and these stories came out about Kevin Spacey. Obviously, I do not stand by Kevin Spacey after those stories. But what I remember about actually the court cases, what happened? It was allegations, but he was cleared. He was embroiled in controversy, but he was cleared of sexual assault allegations against 4 men during the UK trial in 2023. Even though he was cleared from the allegations, don't you guys just think like it's a done deal? What do you think, you guys? What do you think? He's kind of a wheat penis too, huh? I just think you don't have all these allegations if you're just a clean cut person. There's a reason that people are out to get you. Total wheat penis, Micah says. Yeah, Micah, we all see a wheat penis for who they are. He is a wheat penis. He is clear like Tyler Perry is straight. Oh my God. Now, there was a story that came out the other day where he said he was homeless. And I was like, whoa, homeless. I guess it said he was living in hotels, etc. But now he's coming out and he's saying, no. Misunderstanding. I'm not actually homeless, he says. And he did a little video here.
Hi, everyone. I don't usually make it my business to correct the media. If I did, I wouldn't have time for much else. But in light of the recent articles claiming I am homeless, I feel the need to respond. Not to the press, but to the thousands of people who have reached out over the past few days, offering me a place to stay, or have just asked if I'm okay. And to all of you, let me first say that I am truly touched by your generosity, full stop. But I feel it would be disingenuous of me to allow you to believe that I am indeed homeless in the colloquial sense. In my conversation with Mick Brown, the wonderful journalist who wrote the story that was in the Telegraph where this rumor first began.
Okay, get to
I
it,
was
Kevin.
basically living in hotels and Airbnbs and going where the work is, just as I did when I first started out in this business. I've been working nearly nonstop this entire year, and for that I have so much to be grateful for. And there are many people, as we all know, who are indeed actually living on the streets or in their cars or in terrible financial situations, and my heart goes out to them. But it is clear from the article itself that I am not one of them, nor was I attempting to say
Is that a
I
dog
was.
in the back? Like, what's that? Oh, when I pause it, it goes away. What is
Which
that?
is why it was a shame that the Telegraph chose to...
On top of that couch back there. That's what my ADHD brain can't handle, those slow talkers. Just can't. But I guess he's not homeless. Is he toothless? Just wondering. Not homeless, but toothless, maybe. And then this is a little final story, and I think that this is all about, this comes down to the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively story at the end of the day. It says, sex scene showdown. Stars say intimacy coordinators ruin chemistry. Expert argues the opposite. It says, for years, Hollywood has shied away from the kind of steamy, unfiltered sex scenes that once defined movie passion. But a new wave of A-listers is reversing the trend, with stars like Jennifer Lawrence, Gwyneth, and Jennifer Aniston pushing back against the use of intimacy coordinators. Since the early 2000s, sexually explicit content in top-grossing films has dropped by nearly 40%. The decline has been driven by shifting actor comfort levels, an evolving audience, and the rise of intimacy coordinators who carefully choreograph physical contact on set. While working with coordinators during intimate scenes became more common in the wake of the Me Too movement, a growing number of veteran actors say the new system can feel overly clinical and even stifling. Now, some of the industry's more recognizable names are loudly rebelling. So Gwyneth explained the intimacy coordinators feel suppressed. She doesn't like it because she's from the era where she gets naked, you get in bed with the cameras on. Let's do it. She's not into it. Jennifer Aniston also was not into it. She said John was such a gentleman. Every move, every cut, he was like, "You okay? You okay?" When producers offered to bring in an intimacy coordinator, Aniston admitted she didn't even know what the term meant, joking that she came from the olden days. She felt a little bit weird about it. Jennifer Lawrence also revealed she skipped an intimacy coordinator when shooting sex scenes with Robert Pattinson for the upcoming psychological drama Die My Love. We did not have an intimacy coordinator, or maybe we did, but we didn't really. I felt really safe with Rob. He's not pervy and very in love with his partner, Suki Waterhouse. The comfort level between them eliminated any need for extra supervision. We were just talking about our kids and relationships. There was never any weird, like, does he think I like him? Interesting, right? Earlier this week, Florence Pugh admitted to having mixed experiences with intimacy coordinators. She said, I did a lot of my sex scenes before that was even a job. I'm quite confident. I'm quite happy in my skin. That being said, even though I know that I believe that, even though I know that I felt that at the time, there are plenty of things that I remember where it was just completely inappropriate to have asked me to do that, to have directed me in that way. But my view is changing about it as well, because now I'm having fantastic experiences with intimacy coordinators. But she also has worked with a shitty one who wasn't helpful and made everything awkward. So I think that people are having a little bit of an up and down experience with intimacy coordinators. Some people like it and some people are not really liking it. Mikey Madison and Michael Douglas have expressed skepticism over whether it should be mandatory. Michael Douglas says he believes the onus is a weird word, lies with the male actor to ensure professionalism. In my experience, you take responsibility as the man to make sure the woman is comfortable. It's very slow, but it looks like it's happening organically, which is hopefully what good acting looks like. So everyone has an opinion here about intimacy coordinators. While younger generations, it says, particularly Gen Z, often express a preference for fewer sex scenes and more emotional storytelling, a growing number of established stars are nostalgic for the kind of intimacy that once defined films like Unfaithful, Body Heat, or Eyes Wide Shut. What do you guys think? Do you think you miss like sex scenes, or are you okay without it? When asked how younger performers view intimacy coordination differently than older generations of actors, they acknowledge that part of the tension may be cultural. Younger performers grow up in a culture that talks openly about consent, boundaries, identity, and the full spectrum of human sexuality. They expect structure, transparency, and support. Meanwhile, older generations come from a culture of secrecy around intimate scenes where actors are expected to simply handle it. That creates very different instincts. The shift is cultural, not generational in value. Interesting. I find it very interesting. It really does seem like a Gen Z, a younger thing versus an older thing. But that just is why it's so confusing. The whole Blake Lively thing in this, why I find this so interesting is that Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's case is not even mentioned in this article. And it should be. The entire article should kind of be standing on the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni story, because the use of the intimacy coordinator, whether or not they were there or not, is a huge basis of the lawsuit. So that should be a huge part of the story, is the fact that Jennifer Lawrence is like, I didn't even want a lawsuit. I totally trusted Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson should have said, well, it wasn't really a choice whether or not she wanted it or not. I wanted one there to protect me in case she wanted to sue me in 6 months, right? What is the qualifications to be an intimacy coordinator? Do you know? Well, it's so interesting that you ask, because there was a acting coach that I used to work with, or like that I used to know, kind of like just kind of through the world of acting coaches when I used to be an acting coach. And now she was like a very, very big acting coach. And now she's an intimacy coordinator. She does that as like a job. And I should probably get her on my show. I honestly should get her on my show and have her tell us what it's like. I mean, you can go online and find out. Intimacy coordinator training involves comprehensive programs covering consent, conflict negotiation, movement coaching, and industry protocols. Wait, you guys, this is nuts. Intimacy coordination is, okay, this is crazy, you guys. Intimacy coordination is the fastest growing role in entertainment. This feels like a little bit of a MLM. Am I crazy? Watch this. Let's watch this. There's like a whole certification program.
You're looking to begin your career as an intimacy coordinator for TV, film, and theater, then I have huge news for you. If you don't know me, I'm Jessica Steinreich. I'm the CEO here at Intimacy Directors and Coordinators, and today is officially the first day of our launch week special for the Intimacy Professional Accelerator Program. This program is the most comprehensive and accessible program for folks who want to begin their career as intimacy professionals. Not only does this program give you a deep dive in the protocols, policies, and choreographic techniques needed to work in TV, film, and theater, but this program also gives you the tools of self-reflection and awareness that you need to stay grounded, as well as the crucial business practices you're going to need as a freelance artist, including things like resume building, website building, online presence, networking, and more. This program is fully online and self-paced, meaning you get to match it to your schedule, and you gain lifetime access to the materials and all future updates. So as our program grows, you will have access to all of that.
I'm sorry,
Finally,
what?
the last thing I love about this program is it comes with an online community full of artists who share your values and passions.
It's a
There are
digital
live classes
course
each month
to
with
learn how
intimacy
to become an
professionals like
intimacy
Claire
coordinator.
Warden, Broadway's first intimacy director, and Alicia Rodas, in-house intimacy coordinator for HBO. It's the perfect place to build community and make change. Choosing to become an intimacy professional has been one of the most fulfilling decisions of my life. I get to tell stories every day that I am deeply passionate about, while also knowing that I am contributing to a better future in the entertainment industry, a future that wasn't accessible when I was an actor myself. Our launch week special is going on this week, where you save $1,000 when you enroll. We are passionate here at IDC to help others pursue this career sustainably. So head on over to the link in our bio and I'll see you inside.
I will do a GoFundMe for one of you guys to take the take the coordination certification and then come here and teach us what you guys know and become my intimacy coordinator. You know I need one on Daily Dose of Donna. This is wild. Wild. Oh my God. We need an intimacy coordinator for our show. This is insane. What are they going to teach you? Like how to touch. But it's all an online course. Like it's not even in person. Save $1,000. Is it $10,000 to become an intimacy coordinator? And then you have to get the job. You actually have to get the job on the show. How many shows need intimacy coordinators? There's only like 6 things in production. This is insane. Josh says I grabbed his ass. It's not sexual harassment. Oh my God. This is insane. You guys, thank you so much for being here. I got to run and get my mammogram. Everyone, get a mammogram. Women, get a mammogram. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.